Wow, Lysol.
Oh, yeah. That's one of those necessities, apparently, these days, especially as we're getting
It
to the
depends on who
season
you
of
work
everyone
with.
getting sick.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Zia Comic Weekly, where we make sure we stay clean around here. Make sure we stay sanitized. What was your
Germ-free.
picture? Was it?
That was my Santa Claus outfit I'm going to wear Sunday.
Oh, is it? Okay. I was like, is that Krampus, or as I couldn't really see?
No, I was pimping Claus
No, you were pimping Claus.
with his pimping hat. Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
there's
Merry
the picture.
Christmas.
Nope. Now I can't find the picture on my phone. Oh, well. Anyway.
Someone's into the spirit of the holidays.
Got to.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Of course, we're ready to nerd out for the next half hour. A lot of stuff going on. Troy, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Busy. It's a busy time of year.
It definitely is, man. A lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's with the holiday season, there's never a dull moment between some of our favorite comic books to just all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to pick out where we could start with. Well, first, have you seen Black Panther finally?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before it ran out of theaters, I was able to see it.
I know. By the time you saw it, it was already going to be off of Disney Plus. Like even Disney Plus was going to take it off. Like, you know what? He's never going to watch it.
It'll be in the $5 bin at Walmart.
But he finally saw it, everybody. Okay, yeah. Man, I've been waiting for this. So what did you think?
I thought it was good, but I think they need to hire a better editor because it was about 20 minutes too much.
Okay.
I thought there was a lot of dead spots in it that could probably been cut out.
I see what you did there. Dead spots.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they tried to play up the emotions a whole lot, and they ended up making it too long doing that. But it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I loved it.
It was a good movie. I would have to agree with you. I think I think my thing with Black Panther, Wakanda I can't even say the name, Wakanda Forever. They were trying to get so many different stories. I mean, they're introducing Riri Williams. We're getting the whole Namor and his backstory, plus still trying to remember watching a Black Panther movie. They're trying to cover so much when it's like, y'all probably could have just, yes, introduced, but like just there's going to be another movie. Let's not try to rush to try to get everything going at one time.
Yeah, I mean, they did it right with the Avenger stuff when they broke it into two movies with Endgame and stuff. So I think they could have probably done that with this, and it might have the pacing might have been a little bit better.
Man, but was Namor one bad dude?
Yeah, they changed it from the comics because he's from Atlantis in the comics, but they didn't want that confusion with DC and Aquaman. Mm-hmm. And I'm all right with them changing it, them being more Aztec oriented and stuff. I'm totally for that. In fact, that even makes more sense to me.
Yeah, it really did. And just getting it was just great to see the backstory. I mean, especially for those. And that's one of the things. I think this also is a way to introduce the next series of characters that we're going to see, because many of the casual viewers may not know who Namor is, and many may not know the backstory to Riri Williams. So I think it kind of does leave that, because we are going to get a show for Ironheart. That's going to be coming to Disney Plus, I believe, next year. So you're going to be getting these things. So I think it's a nice introduction, but there was just a lot to take in. And it's one of those movies where, if someone's not a fan, you're going to have to, oh, hey, this is what's going on. You're going to have to constantly explain it to them.
Yeah, well, this movie version of Namor is much friendlier than the comic book version. You can actually talk logic to this one.
Although he did have some pretty fire lines, especially, I mean, I don't want to give spoilers, even though the movie's been out for a month, but when he goes to Wakanda and does what he does, he did have some pretty fire lines.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to call it conceit, because they actually backed it up, because if he hadn't called him off, they were going to run all over Wakanda.
Yeah.
There was no stopping them guys.
They were ready, man. M'Baku was the scene stealer for me, though, for that movie. I thought his character was amazing.
I would love to see him as the Panther.
But it happens in the comic book, doesn't it? Oh, my gosh. That's just I'm gonna start doing that from now on. When someone's talking to you and you just want them to stop. Ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh.
That's the best way to stop any conversation, just that noise.
That is gonna be the way we end this show today. Just start talking. Ooh, 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 ooh. Then we're just gonna end.
Yeah. Yeah. No, M'Baku is a great character. Even in the comics, he's pretty good. But this guy was it Winston Dukes, I think his name is.
Yeah, Winston Dukes.
Oh, guy has just got that likability that as soon as you see him on screen, he starts talking like, oh, this guy's cool.
Oh man, he's definitely. I mean, I want to see more of him in the Marvel universe, and I hope we will. In future projects, whether it's through spinoffs, making appearances, and other shows, and just all the stuff that they got coming up. He's a star, man. I mean, he was definitely. This was his movie. I'd say between him and the guy who played Namor. I mean, it was a great movie, great experience, and like you said, they definitely were trying to, you know, try to hit you at the feels because with everything that's going on, but it also did raise a debate, and I was seeing this a lot after the movie, and you tell me what you think. Do you think they should have replaced Chadwick Boseman? Do you think they should have just found somebody else and continued with the Black Panther character with another actor?
I don't know. I mean, there's been more than one person wear that suit anyway. So I'm okay with them letting the T'Challa character pass and bring somebody else in. I wish I would have picked somebody else besides Shuri, but
Yeah.
And that's not me being misogynist or anything. I just don't like Shuri as the Black Panther. She's just too. I mean, when no spoilers here, but when she took the herb, who did she see? That should tell you right there. Oh, you ain't fit. You don't need to be wearing this.
By the way, the fact that they were able to keep that spoiler off the internet is amazing.
I didn't even know when we walked in when it popped up and they showed him. I was like, oh,
Right? I had the
oh,
same thing. I was like, but then again, I was the guy that was saying that the mom was going to become the Black Panther. Did not expect the outcome for her for that.
yeah. No, in fact, you're not going to see her in the next movie either.
Obviously, no spoiler, but you probably can assume from
Yeah,
that.
it's been like you said, it's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, it really has. But I
Even
mean,
I've seen it by then.
but to keep that secret though, and I mean he does, I mean, I don't know, I'm wondering if they'll figure out a way through the upcoming Avengers, through everything that's going to be coming up. Will they figure out a way to bring Michael B. Jordan back, because they're about to start doing this quantum leap? Could we see Michael B.
Well,
Jordan's character Killmonger come back?
you've seen him in the What If series,
Mhm.
and with Kang being able to play with the timeline. There's nothing saying he can't just go back, pull him up. Same
Yeah,
thing with Black Widow. So we might see some of these characters or even Tony Stark.
yeah,
These characters you thought were gone. It's comic books, man. We can bring them
yeah.
back.
And of course, Loki, who's the biggest misfit of them all, will constantly go from dead to alive, dead to alive. I mean, he'll always.
I just want to see old school Loki again.
Oh man, or
His
Crocodile Loki.
glorious purpose.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad finally we get to have this discussion about
Uh,
Black Panther a month later, and then now we got to turn around and then focus our attention to Avatar and the
oh,
sequel, the long-awaited sequel that is coming out. I believe first showings are tonight.
yeah,
So
yeah. The early showings, and I saw that they had some pretty decent previews before Black Panther.
yeah. So
Wow, the
yeah, I'm
graphics.
excited for this one. We watched the first one again just to kind of remember, because it's been so long since the last one came
Now, who are
out.
these blue guys again?
It's like, wait, what's going on? We're watching a Smurfs movie, or what's going on? I didn't know the Blue Man Group were action heroes. No, man, it's definitely, I think it has the makings to definitely do pretty good. Looking at early reviews, $175 million is how much they're saying it's going to make this weekend here domestically.
I mean, all the early reviews I've seen of it are good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure. I mean, and I think they said they've filmed like 2 or 3 together. So from now, every year for the next 3 years, we should see another Avatar movie.
Yeah. I'm wondering though, because if this doesn't perform to what they're aiming for, will they delay those movies? Or because, like you said, we're going to get, I believe, another one same time next year and then the following year. But if it doesn't get that reception that they're hoping for, do they delay and say we got to go back and fix something, and then we're gonna have to wait another 20 years for the third one?
That's a good question, man.
I mean, it's crazy, but it's a good movie and it's exciting, and it's just crazy to think that we've had this much excitement at the end of the year between Black Panther and now Avatar. We had some great movies to wrap up 2022.
And when are we going to learn to stay away off of Pandora? Because we're getting our butt handed to us every time we go there, dude.
We're just nosy, man. We just keep going over there like, oh, we could
want
change
that,
it this.
That
No, you're not.
unobtainium.
You are not. Just stay home. Like, don't do it. It's a good movie, man. My recommendation definitely for a lot of folks gonna go see it. I was telling Martine, because I think Martine's trying to catch an early showing today. He's trying to catch one of the first ones, and I said, man, did you watch the first one? Because yeah, you might want to watch it. Because I tell you, I did not remember. I forgot Michelle Rodriguez was in the movie. That's
Yeah,
I could
helicopter
not
pilot.
remember
Yeah.
that. So there's definitely a lot to make sure you guys check out before it. But I think it will perform. I think it is going to reach its number 175. It'll do what it's supposed to. Does it make it to the $1 billion mark over its lifespan? I'm not sure.
I think Black Panther Wakanda, I think it's getting close to that itself.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Avatar hits it.
I was just say, I think a couple of weeks ago I saw they were like at 800 million at this
Yeah,
point for Black
I mean,
Panther. I know they're getting close to the $1 billion mark.
It's getting up there.
So yeah, well, Avatar: The Way of the Water will be in theaters beginning tonight, and it's that perfect movie when it comes to the holiday season. You know, and if someone wants to go catch a movie, you can go and check it out and have some fun.
This is going to be another Fast and Furious. We're going to have Avatar 9. Jake Sully gets a new rocking chair.
Oh my God, and Vin Diesel will make an appearance and try to drag race, and you know, I'm waiting for a Fast and Furious crossover from some movie. I mean, he's bound to show up in, I don't know, an Avengers movie.
That would be perfect for comic books. They cross everything over.
Transformers
and Fast and Furious crossover.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's
that one's free. You guys get that one for free.
Just remember to drop the credit to Troy, okay? Make sure he's in the credits whenever the
just
movie's
a little
over.
blurb in the end.
That's all we need. Speaking of Transformers, have you seen? I don't know if you checked out the new trailer for the was it Beast Wars that they got coming out?
Yeah.
So thoughts?
I was never big into Transformers because we were poor growing up, so I had GoBots. Yeah. I still remember all.
There are a lot of people right now. They're like GoBots.
Yeah, that'd be a great one too. GoBots Transformers.
There you go. So, but that one is going to go straight to streaming.
Yeah, I never really. I didn't know a lot about Transformers until I got older, and everybody was throwing these big fits. I was like, "What's a Transformer, man? Is it like a GoBot?"
Yeah, it's closer, but just a bigger budget, Michael Bay budget. Just think of that.
So yeah,
no, it's cool, man.
Yeah, it looks cool. I was all with them when they transformed into cars, but when they transformed into animals, I'm like,
yeah. So I would keep up with the cartoons, especially when it came to the animal side of things. I'm wondering how they're going to, put that on the screen. I don't know, because it is weird to have a robot gorilla. Like, I don't. I mean, now if you look back at it, the cartoon was silly. And I see what they're trying to do, but it's just we'll see. It is another Transformers movie. It is one of those overpriced action movies. Something is gonna. I mean, I don't know how many times Optimus Prime is gonna show up. It looks really good. They got a pretty good cast attached to this movie. So, and I know a lot of people keep wondering if Shia LaBeouf is gonna show up. So,
or Marky Mark.
Oh, that's right, Marky Mark. I forget. Yeah, he's in those too. So
let's bring them both back.
Might as well, man. Have that. They're gonna fight robots and see how this works out.
Yeah, I think Hollywood now is just they keep pushing envelope to see where the breaking point is with the audience. Well, what if we had robots that turn into animals? Would people go watch that? Yes, they will.
Of course they will. So, I mean, there is a lot of high expectations for this one. I think the biggest thing with this franchise is they're trying to break away from what it used to be. And I think they just can't sign. I mean, they had a John Cena one. I mean, because John Cena just fixes everything, right? And it looked like it did okay. I mean, but it's hard because you're constantly going to be reminded of the old Transformers movies. And I think maybe they need to figure out an exit strategy to be done with Transformers. But yeah, the new Transformers movie will be coming out next year. So be on the lookout for that. Just hope that they don't happen to come out the same time, like an Ant-Man and Quantum Mania or Guardians of the Galaxy. Otherwise, nobody's gonna watch that movie because they're gonna be going to the Marvel movies. Just,
yeah, you got a point.
just there you go. There's my free advice to you, Hollywood. Don't put a trans. I mean, you can look at April. I don't think there's anything big coming out in April, so go ahead. April's all yours. Good luck.
Oh, there's something coming out. I can't remember what it is now. There's something coming out in April toward the beginning because it's right before El Paso Comic Con. It might be is Guardians of the Galaxy coming out in April?
No, Guardians is May 5th.
Oh, it's coming out right after. Okay.
Yeah. So it's I think Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking. I don't know.
Of course, I remember Cinco de Mayo weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy, booze. Yeah, why not?
They just kind of go together.
Oh man. Okay, so some news that broke yesterday. I don't know if you saw this. Looks like Superman is done. Henry Cavill got the pink slip yesterday. He is officially done with DC.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's James Gunn's, putting his mark on everything. I thought he was going to continue, but they're putting Momoa down as Lobo now. They canceled Wonder Woman 3. So are they bringing in new actors for these? Or is he going to do like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, take some more obscure characters and bring them to the forefront?
That's true, because I don't recall that much of Guardians of the Galaxy. To be
honest,
when
does.
It first came out, I was just like, okay, it's just to stay with storyline purposes is the main reason why, I went and saw it. But then it turned out to just be this amazing movie that took on a life of its own, that made memorable characters. I mean, maybe that's what he's aiming for with, the rebranding of DC.
Well, when you take the obscure characters, there's not a lot known about them. So you kind of have carte blanche to create them in the way you want, because that's not even the original Guardians of the Galaxy cast from the comic books. That's one of the relatively new ones that he kind of just said, I want to use it. Dude, Rocket Raccoon's first appearance wasn't worth a whole lot until that movie came out.
Well, I was going to say,
skyrocketed.
And I completely forgot that he even had was it wife or girlfriend until we saw the trailer.
Lila Otter. There's a whole planet of those anamorphic animals.
See, but I don't think a lot of people realize that, especially because now when you're getting schooled by like, oh no, that we've been waiting for that for a long time. I was like, wait, he had a girlfriend this whole time. He had a whole family out there. We had no idea, but yeah,
outside of his own species.
Yeah, it's
otters and raccoons. Who knew?
I was looking for the quote from Henry, and it says, just real quick, just kind of breezing through it. As I've just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman after being told by the studio announced my return back in October. Prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. So, and of course, he went on, had a much more to say, but yeah, he broke the news on his Instagram yesterday that he wouldn't be returning.
So we don't have Cavill as Superman. We won't have him as the Witcher. He's not going to be Geralt anymore. I think they passed over him for James Bond. Dude's looking for some work. I'm sure he might be out in front of Home Depot here later looking for some yard work.
Well, it's just kind of sad because that was a big moment, especially for the Black Adam franchise. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson went to fight for this guy for the longest time because I think Dwayne had an idea of what to do, and now that's just kind of in a matter of moments. That's all gone now.
So I'm wondering if The Rock is even going to return them, because if he doesn't get his way, he can just walk.
He's not. Unfortunately, sorry, Henry. Dwayne's not hurting for work. He's got 6-7 other projects lined up that it's like, okay, this was a passion. I think people forget this was a passion project for him. He's been talking about this since 2011 or even earlier. 2009, 8, 7. He's been talking about this project for a while. So if this doesn't go, he's got plenty of Fast and Furious and Jumanji movies that he needs to film, and hopefully a sequel to The Tooth Fairy.
If he never works again, he'll be all right.
He's fine. Yeah, he's good. And if he ever needs to fall back on that Terramana money, sells everything. That guy's a walking billboard, man.
Yeah, if it gets too bad, he'll just go knock on Kevin Hart's door, and they'll have something for him.
They'll have a buddy cop movie or something to work out along the way. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of heartbreaking, man. To I mean, we were kind of excited to see what was going to happen, with this, rendition. But James Gunn knows best, and I'm excited too to see what James Gunn is going to put his efforts forward. But I also think this puts a lot of pressure on the upcoming Peacemaker sequel. I mean, the Peacemaker second season, because you're taking a big chance, and Peacemaker was a top show this year. So
yeah, well, and he was in Suicide Squad too, with the James Gunn did. So I think Peacemaker is going to be okay. Obviously, James Gunn likes John Cena and likes that character. I'm okay with them passing the torch on some of these guys, because you got other people that can do so. Look, Tyler Hoechlin is doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
as Superman. So they're not the only people that can play him. It's just it's ingrained in your mind now, because that's the first one you saw to play him in our I don't want to say lifetime, but recently he's the one who brought it to prominence.
Well, it's just like Batman. Everybody has their generation Batman. I mean, everyone has, from, you look back to, it's like, oh, I remember when it was a TV show, to, for some, especially younger than us, the Christopher Nolan one was a big impact, but that was their Batman. And unfortunately for some of y'all, Ben Affleck was your Batman.
or the Schumacher Batman who gave us the bat nipples.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forget about that one. Guess we'll take credit for that one. That one was an awkward one, by the way. I didn't know what
Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with those back in the day. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. DC definitely has a lot of improvement for next year. We'll hopefully see what they do, especially with the way Marvel is setting up for the next. I mean, Marvel just does an amazing job of setting up the next 5 years. So I mean, we're going to be okay.
Pathway. Yeah, Marvel has it laid out, and they've said they're going to pull back and start focusing more on quality rather than quantity. Because dude, they overloaded us this year between Star Wars and Disney and Marvel. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy, because when you think some shows, I mean, as much as I liked the Hawkeye series, that could have literally been down to a movie, just a quick movie, and let's move it forward. Yes, they had the series, it was great, but I mean, I think a lot of us were starting to get exhausted, because by the time you started rolling down to the Miss Marvels and the She-Hulks, I don't think a lot of people were tuning in that much, because there was an overload.
Yeah, like it took me. I was so behind for the longest time. Well, I'm still behind, but I just caught up. It's just so much content that the normal person just can't keep up.
Yeah, no, you definitely, this holiday season, hopefully people will be able to binge watch as much as they can, because there was I'll tell you, I didn't catch as much. I was 3 episodes into She-Hulk, and I haven't even finished the series yet.
See, I like that one, but I think they said no season 2 on that one.
Yeah, I think she may make appearances in movies or other series, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I didn't mind the She-Hulk series. I thought it was pretty cool. I
liked it.
I didn't get it really into Miss Marvel. Didn't really care too much for that one. And that one, I think, mainly was just the time constraint. I just so much going on around that time that was like, oh yeah, there's another Marvel series I need to catch up. Moon Knight, though, hopefully I was lucky enough to finish Moon Knight. Moon Knight was great. Think they could have did a little more press for that one, but Moon Knight was really good.
Moon Knight was really surprising. I've known the character for a long time, and that's he's just like he's a crazy version of Batman. And it was the series, the way they did because I think they brought somebody in as a consultant to deal with the dissociative identity disorder thing. Because everybody was saying, yeah, man, they pretty much nailed it. How that works, it's because they had a consultant. In the first episode, if you're not familiar with that character, you're so lost because he keeps flipping between his different IDs.
Yeah, that was one of those that I had to go back and watch episode 1, because it first started off as background noise for me, but then I'm just kind of like, wait, how did we end up here? So I had to really go back and just give my full attention, because at first I was so lost with the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, did I miss something, or did I fall asleep, or did I black out, or
now you know how he felt.
I know exactly. I had a Moon Knight moment. That's what I had.
Maybe you have a different disorder.
I might. I work in radio. I have 4 different personalities. Oh my God. Hey, Troy, I need you to school me on something, man. Because TikTok, I think, be lying to me. Okay. So I don't know how big of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan you are.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So I saw something on TikTok. Okay. And they're saying that one of the Ninja Turtles goes bad. I don't know if this is
true. Are they talking about Last Ronin, maybe?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I've just, Cowabunga is all I've seen. But I guess, within the comic, I guess one of them eventually becomes a member of the Foot Clan. And I was like, that just did it, like, crushed my heart, because I'm like, wait, what?
Well, that might be a recent thing, but I know they've got a female turtle now who used to be one of the higher ups in the Foot Clan, and something was happened to her, and they gave her a blood transfusion, and it turned her into a turtle. That's Jenica. So she's a former Foot person who is now a turtle.
I didn't even know her name. I just knew that there was a female turtle. I didn't even know their name.
Well, there's actually another one they don't talk about much, is Venus de Milo. She was from, I think, one of the early series. She's a horrible character, but anyway, she's another one of the females. At one point, April was a turtle for a little while. Something happened, and she got turned back. So, and then recently they've got that dystopian future type thing where this isn't a spoiler, it's been out for over a year. All the turtles, they get attacked by the Foot on different fronts. All of them die except Michelangelo. And he goes on this, he hides for a while, and then, 10, 20 years later, he comes out and he's trying to get his revenge. So he's the last Ronin.
Yeah, I remember about that, but I don't know. I saw this, and I tell you, TikTok can lead you down a path of searching things that you're like, wait, what? And next time I'm searching, which Power Ranger? See, I'm not even in the right one. I was like, which Ninja Turtle went bad? And I was like, wait, okay, am I missing something? Or did I just not pay attention for the last 20 years of what's going on or keeping up with this? I don't know. It kind of scared me for a bit. I was like, oh my God, my childhood, all the Ninja Turtles just became bad guys. What happened?
Yeah, that might be a recent. I haven't read them in the past year or two, but that might be something recent that happened, and that would be, that'd be a good storyline. It'd get people interested again. But if I had to pick, I'd say Raph. Anything bad, Raph did it.
I was gonna say, I was like, it wouldn't be Donatello. Let's be real. Donatello, I think he might be the first one to kick the bucket.
Yeah, he'll be down the sewer playing Halo on the computer.
Yeah, something, and Michelangelo can't even, do a flip anymore because he's eating so much pizza. Leonardo decided to go on a quest to find himself, and he ended up going to some festival in Nevada, and
he's at Burning Man.
See, that's just kind of how I pictured him. I was like, okay, that's how.
All these ideas you guys are getting for free, IDW.
I'm telling you, man. You got Leonardo is at Burning Man. Donatello is he's a gamer. He's a streamer. That's what he is.
He's on Twitch.
He's on Twitch. And Michelangelo's now hosting diners, drive-ins, and dives with Guy Fieri.
Maybe we should write that.
I think this is the comic book people need.
Let me email Kevin Eastman and see what he thinks.
It's life after fighting crime.
Yeah, there's no crime anymore. So what do we do?
That's what we do. So I'll be looking for you on the next Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Cowabunga.
Another pizza joint, Michelangelo?
Come on, man. We switch this up, man. He's tough to work with on set. He can't even, he needs his own trailer. He needs his own, imagine he has to show up in his own car. Oh man. So the ideas that we can think of on this show. I mean, if it does happen, y'all better make sure y'all give us that credit.
That's our dystopian future.
Oh man. So holidays are right around the corner. What do you guys got going on at Zia Comics? Anything big? I know people getting those last minute gift items.
Well, Sunday we're going to have Santa in the store. So you can come between 2 and 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
Get your picture taken with Santa for free.
Perfect.
And then pick up your little stocking stuff. We got lots of cool little stuff that'll work for stocking stuffers too.
Nice. I saw that you guys were out last weekend.
It's Krampus.
Yeah. How did that go? Scary, by the way. That's a really good costume, by the way. Like that was like.
Well, that mask, I had that professionally made by one of the dudes that was on Face Off. He came to
Really?
El Paso Comic Con a couple times. Walter Welsh. He came in second both times he was on the show. And I called him up one day. I was like, dude, the city doesn't want me to wear my Santa suit on the tree lighting because they got their own Santa and they didn't want, I volunteered for free. And they said, no, we're going to pay somebody. And then he said, well, please don't wear your Santa suit because we don't want to confuse people with two Santas. I was like, okay, I won't be Santa. So I called Walter. I was like, hey, can you make me a Krampus mask? He's like, dude, I've been wanting to do that forever.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got the prototype Krampus mask from Walter Welsh.
It is amazing, man. I know I saw a few pictures floating on social media and I was like, that thing is really good. It's scary too. Like
it's skin tight too. It's not like these other masks where you put on, and they're all loose and they flop around. This one, if you're claustrophobic, you can't wear it. You pull it right here, and when it gets right here, all it is the neck before you get to the eyes and everything. And you start, and even I get a little anxious. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta pull it.
And I just talk about it, man. I'm getting anxious because I'm just like picturing, like, oh, like
yeah. And when you peel it off, because no matter what, you're going to sweat. It doesn't breathe. It's really thick silicone. You pull it off, and it makes that.
Oh yeah.
You have to turn it inside out to let it dry.
It's like, was it glued to your face or what?
It feels like it. Because every movement, even if I move my mouth, the mask moves with it because it's so tight. So it looks realistic.
Oh man, it was crazy, man. It looked so cool. And then now, of course, you guys this Sunday got Santa Claus in store, so families can go get their photos with Santa. So
for free,
man. Oh, there you go. Go check them out. And then, of course, with the El Paso Comic Con, you guys are, moving along. And it's crazy to think that, just before you know it, we'll blink and it'll be here.
Yeah, I know. And we're getting ready to add. I put it out a couple times on our live stream. We're going to add a couple events instead of just being El Paso and Las Cruces Comic Con. We're adding like 3 or 4 events. We're going to add. I'm still waiting for dates for them, so we're going to add an anime event, a wrestling event, and a horror event.
If Jackie was here, she'd be doing that right now with the horror event. So, see, you really are covering everybody. I almost feel like you're covering the big show. You're just like, hold on, I got to make sure I cover everybody. Everybody in this building right now: anime, wrestling, and horror. You just.
And I got one for Martine because next year for New Year's Eve, we want to do a Gilded Age Bridgerton style New Year's Eve party. You're welcome, Martine.
He's got the outfit ready. He'll be.
I saw it. He's got a pretty good outfit.
I tell you, I'd put him up there as one of the top guys to really impress. This guy always impresses us when it comes to costumes. I mean, one year he was Guy Fieri, and he really did look like Guy Fieri. And I'm just like, dude, how? Like,
he put on like 80 pounds and
he had the suit, the flame shirt, the one with the fire that's on it, the hair, the glasses, the facial hair. Like, Martine wins Halloween every year, man. And he would be a great cosplayer. I just need to throw that out there. He would be perfect for it. So, oh my gosh. If they want to keep up with you on the socials, how can they follow you?
We're all over interwebs, man. I got the Twitter for a while until they I'm not verified. I didn't pay my $8, so I'm not verified. I got the Facebook, YouTube. Are they calling it Insta now, or are they still calling it the Gram?
Man, we're too old. We got to call it
Instagram.
We can't say Gram or Insta because they'll be like, "What are you talking about? Like Insta copy? No, Instagram." So no, yeah, we let's just keep calling it Instagram.
And I got the Tiki Taki.
That's right. Follow them on Tiki Taki today. Keep up with them, and of course, I've been noticing your guys' lives that you guys have been doing lately, just kind of getting people updates. So make sure you guys tune into those and see what they're up to. And yeah, man, for me, follow me. You guys can follow me on MySpace. If that ever comes back, I'll be the first one on there. Facebook, follow Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook. You can also check me out on the Tiki Taki as well. Joey on the FM. Always posting something random with my son. I don't know. Now at this point, I think he's trying to be TikTok. He gets more TikTok views than I do. I can do something funny, 1 like. He says dad, and it's like 1,000 and it takes off. And I'm like, how the heck does this work?
You're getting jealous of him.
I really am, man. He's gonna become an influencer way before I do. Oh man, guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. Remember to catch us here every Thursday where we get to nerd out and talk about all things nerd. And yes, we may watch Avatar by this time next week to be able to talk about it.
You might.
I don't know. We might. We'll wait 4 weeks and then we'll decide. I don't know. I might be the one late on that one. So just throwing that out there ahead of time. Guys, this has been another edition. We'll see you all next week.